Mike Green and Kel Williams, College Station. And in this segment of Did You Know, we're going to talk about the upcoming changes from the NAR settlement that all home buyers and sellers are going to need to know. So you might want to pay attention here for 2 or 3 minutes. So if you haven't heard, on Saturday, August 17th, there are two big changes, one for the home buyer, one for the home seller. Today, we're going to talk about the home buyer. Okay, the biggest change for the home buyer is that realtors are now required by law to have you sign a buyer's representation agreement before we can legally show you a home. Not our choice, trust me. Is this new? Not really. We were always really supposed to do this, but typically we didn't do it on the first showing. Typically we did it on the second showing. Let me give you a perfect example. A friend of mine refers a client. He's coming in town for a football game. He wants to see two homes. He's thinking about buying something here for game days. I typically am not going to make him sign a legal document to show him those two homes. I'm going to go show him over the weekend, and we're good to go after that. Now I will have to make him sign that document before I can show him any homes. So what is in this document that you're now being required to sign? You should know this. Basically, it's going to say how long I represent you as your realtor, and it can be a day, it can be a week, it can be a year, it can be 5 years. Where am I representing you? Is it just College Station? Is it Brazos County? Is it Houston, Dallas? Where am I representing you? What are you responsible for? And what am I responsible for? How should we treat each other? And the last one, and the biggie, how are you going to pay your realtor? So that's what's basically in that document. It allows your realtor to represent you. Now it's not voluntary anymore. The good news is they did come up with a one-page short form. So in the case I just talked about with the guy coming in town to see two homes for a football game, I can pull out what's called the short form and have him fill that out. Say, I'm going to represent you as your realtor for today and today only. And then tomorrow it goes away. We have no relationship whatsoever. So they did come up with short form. I don't really see a lot of people using the short form because most people who come to me are serious about buying real estate, and we're going to have to sign the buyer representation agreement with all the full terms into it. So the short form is nice. I'm not sure how often it's going to really be used. Let's talk about how your realtor gets paid. So again, this hasn't changed either. This was always in there. So when I represent you as your buyer's agent, there's a paragraph in there that says, I am going to get paid blank percent. And it's negotiable, gang. Everything in real estate is negotiable. It can be 3%, 4%, 5%, it can be 10%. It's all negotiable. But that number is going to go in there. Let's just say it's 3%. It's going to go into that blank. Now, when we go to put an offer in the house, how am I going to get paid? Well, typically, the person that's listing their home pays my fee. Almost always 99% of the time. Actually, for me, it's been 100% of the time. I've never had a buyer take a penny out of their pocket. That's number one. Number two, they can split it. Again, it's negotiable. The person selling their home can say, I'm only paying half of your fee, and then you can pay the other half of your agent's fee. And then third, the seller can say, I'm not paying any of your fee. In that case, you have to pay your agent's entire fee. It's all negotiable. Again, I've never seen that happen. It's possible. Anything is possible. Compensation has always been negotiable. So the biggest change you need to walk away from today is that if you want to see a home, you now have to sign the buyer's rep agreement, even if you're a good friend of mine. I'll do another video on the seller side. It is a little bit more complicated on the seller side. So if you're curious, you might want to watch that one as well once I get that one posted. So again, Mike Green, Keller Williams, 979-574-7249. If you have any questions, call me or text me, and I've got the answers. Have a great day.